Hello and welcome. So, in this edition, I'm going to talk about image, which is why I am presenting this to you today, because I am again pushing the limits with some deadlines that are due, and I'm not done, and I'm working around the clock to finish. I don't know what it is with me with that. Too much on the go, I think. But I basically, from morning till night, till bedtime, am focusing and working and plugging away and creating things and, getting things out of my head onto a usable format for other people. And I just really don't care about having my hair done and my makeup on and wearing fancy clothes. So it got me to thinking about image and how many people would be mortified to do a recording without, that's for other people to see and strangers to see, or people that I don't know on a personal level to see, that I'm not fancy today. I'm not spruced up and glamorous looking, but the truth of me in my space in my life right now is that I really don't give two shits about my hair being done and having makeup on to record a video, because I'm not recording the video for the purpose of my looks and my makeup. I'm recording this for the purpose of what I have to bring to the table for you in your life. So there's kind of a big difference. If I was going on a stage to sing, I guess, it seems like society really wants singers and performers to look exquisite and be super hot and super, done up and dressed to the nines and done up to the nines, which I also think is a bit ridiculous in itself. That's why I really like The Voice, because I don't know if you watch it or not, but the chairs are all turned, and who knows how rigged it is or not, but technically the judges cannot see the singers until after they've heard their voice, because what is singing all about? Well, it's about the voice. So very interesting. Who knows, the show could be totally rigged and a big sham, but the concept of it I really appreciate. The same goes for what I offer you. I really hope that you're not basing my worth and the validity of what I'm talking about and discussing with you on how good my hair looks and how well, my makeup is done that day. I also have been noticing that my upcoming book, which I'm not sure when you'll be viewing this, my book could already be published by the time that you're viewing this, but my upcoming book, How the F Did My Life Get Me Here, has the connotation of a very strong word in it. And I meant it. And I wanted it in there. And I tried a lot of other words or a lot of other titles, but I didn't want to change my message. I wanted my message to be my message and for people to resonate with my message, and the title of the book had to reflect the message and the content in the book. So I had to pick a title that was bold and strong and cut to the point, because that is how my book is. So that also got me thinking to image, and what image are we trying to uphold, and is that image reality or is it an illusion? So for my whole life, I wanted to have my life be a certain way, and I created the outer image of what that was. I was able to create the image and be the image very well, pretty well. And the truth of it is that the image that I presented, there was a distance between the image that I thought I was presenting, the truth or reality of what was behind the image, and the truth of who I wanted to be and how I wanted my life to be, which was the image. So there was like the truth, the yuckies, and the separation, and the truth, the reality, the reality, and then there was the image. And so there was this huge separation between the truth of me, the reality of me and my life, and the image that I was projecting or trying to present. So a lot of times, you know, we all have an image. We all have what we're projecting and what we're presenting to the world. We all have that. But what's behind the image is what matters. And if what's behind the image for you is reality, then like awesome job being real, and awesome job getting your reality to match your image, if that's the image that you want to have for your life. Like if your image is the truth of you and the reality of your life matches that, then like awesome. But I think what happens a lot is that we have the truth of who we want to be and how we want our life to be. Then we have the reality that we hide and deny and ignore and block from everybody else as much as we can. And then we have the image that we're trying to uphold. So basically when that happens, we have image, illusion, because there's nothing backing that image up. And then there's the reality of how we really wish our life and ourselves would be. And what I found happens is that when you're holding up an illusion, no, you're holding up an image. When you're holding up an image with nothing behind it but an illusion, you get tired. You spend an immense amount of energy and effort trying to hold that image up, and you get wore out after a while. It's tiring. Like when your image does not match your reality, or when your reality isn't the truth of you and you're not happy with your image or your reality, like it's exhausting and it's disappointing, and it'll come back to bite you in the ass sooner or later, because that's just how the flow of life works. So I would like you to consider for a moment, is your image to the maximum awesomeness that you would like it to be? And is your image backed by reality, or is your image backed by an illusion because the truth is not anywhere near the image that you're trying to present? So I didn't want to change my image. I really didn't want to change my image. I really, really, truly wanted to be the person that I wanted to be, and the truth of who I wanted to be and how I wanted my life to be. Like I really wanted to be that and live that and do that. But the truth was something very different. And so rather than destroy my image and accept and like grovel at the feet of my reality of who I was and how my life was, I decided to fix and work on and like morph this whole middle space that was just a bunch of BS, basically. But that's what I chose to do, and that is what I would suggest for you as well. If your image is not also your reality, is don't crumble and give up and give up on how you want to be and how you want your life to be. And if you're not thrilled with your image, then up your game a little bit and start pushing yourself a little and learning what you need to know to get yourself to that next level that you want to be at. But either way, the key and the connector of the two is work on what isn't the truth. Work on what's not real. Work on where you want to be, not where you're at. So I'd like to do a little mini meditation with you, just to help you build some awareness of, would you be mortified right now recording a video I'm not in my pajamas. This is like workout clothes, but recording a video that people you do not know on a personal level will see without your hair done and without your makeup on and without looking fantastic, would that mortify you? Would it mortify you to include a word in something that you're doing or that you're saying or that you're giving to someone else, or that, that maybe would set off a few people, or make people judge you based on their beliefs and the image that they want to uphold? So let's just get a little more awareness on this for you to see, where is this coming from and is it worth it? So I'd like you to close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths and just kind of turn on your inner senses, like flick the switch on so that you're working with your inner senses and your inner self. And I have a couple questions for you. Now we're just building awareness. That's always the first step, is to build awareness. So the first question is my image backed by reality or an illusion? Does my image match my reality, or is my image an illusion? Is it smoke and mirrors? Now, the other question is, my image, if my image does match my reality, or even if it doesn't, is my image the best that it is meant to be? Or could I work on my image and work on my reality to get it in a new game, or get it to the next level, or take another step beyond where I'm at? In my opinion, as long as we're alive, there is always room to learn and grow and evolve. But it does take effort. But what if the effort is worth it? What if it's actually worth it to get to that next step or get to that next level, and it's very fulfilling and it feels good and there's less trauma and drama and there's less struggle and strife when you work towards getting where you want to be and becoming who you want to be? What if it's worth it? Okay, so if your image is held up by some illusions, let's gain a little more awareness. Self inner self, higher self, however you want to refer to yourself as. Where in my life is the image I'm projecting backed by an illusion and not the truth? So is it something as a parent? Is it something as a spouse? Is it something with work? Is it something with friends? Self, why am I supporting an illusion and not the truth? What am I afraid of? What am I hiding? What am I worried about? What am I afraid for other people to see? Or what am I afraid for myself to see? And by afraid, I don't mean scared. I just mean like worried or nervous or whatever. Okay? Self, what would it feel like and what would it be like if my image got to the next step or got to the next level, or if my image was backed by reality and I wasn't trying to hold up this illusion anymore? So again, it's not about destroying your image. It's just about, moving it forward or helping yourself for your image to be real, a real image, not a smoke and mirrors image, not an illusion image, like a real image. Like, this is really me and this is really who I am, and I'm good with it. I'm not putting on a show. I'm not being fake. I'm not being phony. I'm not putting up a big facade. I am just being me, and the most important part is I'm good with it. I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm comfortable with it. Okay? So again, self, what would it feel like for my image to take the next step or get to the next step, or for my image to be backed by reality? Like, what would that feel like? What would be different for you? Just imagine it. Allow yourself to imagine it. Allow yourself to experience it. Okay? Take a couple deep breaths and just thank yourself and your inner self for the opportunity to do a little exploring and to do a little digging into the concept of image. And really, life is life. And we cannot change how other people think, and we cannot change what other people choose or what other people do, but we can sure do a lot to our own lives and our own selves, and the ripple effect when we make some changes and do some work within ourselves. You would be surprised at the ripple effect that happens all around you. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will connect with you again soon. Bye for now.